On July 18th, 1955, Disneyland first opened its gates. On that day, to all that come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here, age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Walt Disney created a world inspired by the books he read and the places he had been. While many things in Disneyland have changed, that original idea still remains. Today, we're going to take a trip through Disneyland via 4 novels that inspired it and one very important person to Walt Disney and to history. As we walk through the gates of Disneyland, let's head left towards New Orleans Square. Here we will come across a great big tree. This tree was originally created to highlight the story of the Swiss family Robinson. Released in 1960, the movie is based on a novel written by John Weiss about a shipwrecked family that is forced to settle on an abandoned island, creating a home in a tree. Walking through this tree, you can see how the Swiss family captured the hearts of many young children and adults. Because really, who does not want to live in a tree? Just make sure you watch out for the wild animals.
Oh, that's frightening. Oh my god, there's a tiger! That was really scary.
Step out of the tree and take a moment to enjoy the view. Walk past the Haunted Mansion and catch a mist from Splash Mountain. Go say hi to Winnie the Pooh. The very first book about Winnie the Pooh, or Pooh Bear, was published in 1926 by A. Milne. While Disney has popularized the story of Christopher Robin and the 100-Acre Wood, the books still remain popular and have even inspired a book that takes a look at the wisdom of the characters, titled The Tao of Pooh. After you say hi to Pooh, stop in the store and pick up a book to find out for yourself how wonderful the illustrations and stories are. All aboard! Who doesn't love the dark humor of Mark Twain? Did you know Mark Twain worked on a steamboat, riding up and down the Mississippi River when he was young? The Mark Twain steamboat will take you around Tom Sawyer Island, an island inspired by the adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn in the classic tale, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Enjoy this slow ride to take in the sights, and think about how Mark Twain might have taken what he observed and used it to write about a gregarious young boy named Tom who was always looking for adventure, even if it meant getting Aunt Polly off a sword.
What? An old-timey jig. Nice. Okay.
Tired yet? Take a break and eat a churro. You will not regret it. The best in all the land, so says this narrator, and she has had a lot of churros. Take a meandering walk through the heart of Disneyland. Say hi to the statue of Walt himself, and head into Adventureland via Sleeping Beauty's castle. See the carousel? There is magic over there. What is in front of the carousel? Why, it's a sword in stone. Everyone knows the tale of Arthur, a young boy who was destined to be king. T.H. White wrote the definitive novel about Arthur entitled The Once and Future King in 1958, creating a 3-part story from the tale, focusing on how Arthur came to be. Walt Disney used this part to create their cartoon, The Sword in the Stone. Try your hand at the sword. Are you destined to be Camelot's next ruler? How did you do? Now that we have traveled the lands, let's start at the very beginning. A very fine place to start. Main Street. Walt Disney designed this street as how he remembered his own childhood town. Right at the heart is Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Walt loved Abraham Lincoln and created a show with Royal Dano doing a spot-on impersonation. That show eventually evolved into an animatronic show featuring a life-size Lincoln robot and the voice of Royal Dano.
but in using the same word, we do not all mean the same thing. What constitutes the bulwark of our liberty and independence? It is not our frowning battlements, our bristling sea coasts. These are not our reliance against tyranny. Our reliance is in the love of liberty, which God has planted in our bosoms.
It originally premiered at the World's Fair in 1964 and then made its way to Disneyland a year later. While some today might not be impressed by the technology, this narrator's mother first saw the show at the World Fair and thought the robot was real. Take 10 minutes to enjoy the words of Mr. Lincoln, walk around the museum, and then go pick up the best biography about him around, Lincoln, a Photobiography by Richard Friedman. The book features fantastic photos and wonderful insight into our most famous president. It's no wonder it won the Newbery Medal. Afterward, let's talk. So, folks, that just about wraps up our novel approach to Disneyland. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and the next time you visit the happiest place on earth, think about the magic that went into creating it and maintaining it. And remember the words of Walt Disney: Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination left in the world. Oh, and eat a churro!